This time on Boneyard Revivals, I drag home more junk. Perfect. We're really starting to run out of room here.
Mopar, no car, baby.
Good morning. We have ourselves quite the adventure to go on today. So, crew cab and trailer are behind me. Shout out to Kenny for letting me borrow his trailer. This thing is sweet. He's got the big boy Badland 12,000 pound winch with the nylon rope on there. It's a tilt deck trailer too. I got friends that spoil me. If you guys didn't see the revival video on that truck, that's my grandfather's 1978 Dodge D200. We did a revival video on that probably a month or two ago at this point. And truck runs and drives good now. The only problem is that the cab is shot. Cab supports, floors, I mean, you name it, it's bad. It's really bad. And if you guys have been around the channel long enough, there was a video that we put out two and a half years ago. Kind of a video, like we did a bunch of different things, but one of the things that we did in that video was we tracked down a bunch of parts for this truck. That was 2 years ago already. And it's time that I guess I go down there and pick up the parts. Well, there it is. Just about ready to rock and roll here. Winch works good. And we also got our drop set right. So, you know, yeah, I think we're just about ready to send her. I was on the phone with John. We're going to call him Virginia John, the gentleman that I bought the crew cab off of this morning. And just, you know, I was talking about some concerns. I said, hey, you know, this is going to be the biggest load that I've ever had on this, behind this truck since I bought it. And he went, that ain't nothing. I've had full-size trucks on a trailer before behind this truck, and it just ate it up. All right, and I believe it, man. This truck is just such a workhorse. Even for having the little 350, man, she does pretty good. So with that being said, there's only one thing left to do now but to hit the road. Well, this ought to be a little more interesting than I remember it being. It's a little more grown in, too. Well, I guess might as well not waste any time. Need to get the floor jack under it, get it up in the air, get tires and wheels on it. And, man, this is going to be quite the extraction. See, that one's up on a block. Oh yeah, we got our work cut out for us. But look how mint the box is, and the doors, and the cab. Whew. Yeah, this is gonna be a project. All right, we got about another hour and a half home. I just want to do another strap check. That one's a little loose now. That's why I stop and check these every once in a while. I would have much rather used chain binders, but this is what I had in the time crunch that I had to come pick this thing up. So, no, that one's still good. We'll snug up that one that's a little loose, and I think we'll be good to keep going here. Trailer lights working. Trailer brakes work phenomenal. Very happy about that. This strap just sucks, but we'll tighten this one up and then we'll snug that one up too. All right, I think we're ready to go here. Everything's tightened again, and we should be ready to roll. Stopped one last time here just to make sure that we were good and all the straps are tight. I decided to hop off the highway just because I hate running this poor crew cab down the highway like this. It's got a tiny little radiator in it, and during the summer I pulled a tractor home from upstate New York, and it didn't like pulling some of the hills and stuff on the highway at high speeds. The temps started climbing up, so and it's been one of those things I've been meaning to put another radiator in it, but it just hasn't happened. So it's gonna be happening soon though, because we got a lot more trips in this truck. But straps are tight, we're good to go. The straps were tight.
I'm proud of you.
We're good.
Woohoo.
We have like 20 minutes until we're home. So, yeah. Well, made it home in one piece. Tomorrow morning we're gonna come out here. We'll get this unloaded, figure out where I'm gonna put it. Probably next to the C20 here. Good morning. I guess it's time to get this bad boy off the trailer, huh? All right, so we got a very interesting balancing act that we're gonna have to pull off here. So obviously winch hooked up, tilt deck trailer. I have to pull the pin out of it here. But what makes this difficult is, and we struggled with it yesterday, is the bumper mounted hitch on this. It's too low and pretty much it would contact the winch. So what we're gonna have to do here is, whilst I'm winching it down off the trailer, I have to keep the ass end of the truck up just so it clears the winch. Once it clears the winch, I can let the jack back down and then smooth sailing. I just don't like that first, foot and a half, front tires, about to come off the trailer, everything tilted the way it is. It's just kind of sketchy, but I guess there's only one thing to do but just send it off there and try not to take out the winch. Well, that was sketchy, but for a one-man band, I think we did okay. Easy. That worked out like perfectly. The steering was a little bit of an issue, but it worked out perfectly.
I'll just straighten this out for you.
Oh, so it looks good. I like that. Yeah.
Like that.
Look at that. It's like the lineup just looks good.
You don't need power steering.
Oh, no, not at all.
Well, you have to turn right to turn left with that. So.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
I was trying to be real gentle with her.
Yeah, well, Wow. That made that easy. Real easy. Thanks to Jake for coming up with the old bucket tractor and just making that happen. But now that we got this thing parked in our, you know, semi-permanent home for the moment, let's look at this thing. So it's a 78 Dodge W200 or W250, one of the two. So it is a four-wheel drive truck. It's got the four-wheel drive, you know, the front axle in it. The frame is on this thing is actually really nice. And I mean, even, you know, it's honestly a shame. I'm surprised it's in as good a shape as it is for sitting back in there forever, but look at the cab corners. The rockers are just gorgeous. Sliding under here. Yep, that hasn't changed much from the last time I saw it. A little bit of rot, but it's way better than the cab on our truck. The doors, you know, this one a little meh, but cab's decent. Oh, broke that like an a-hole. Oh well. Window actually kind of works. Look at this, extra taillights, extra bezel there. Gauge, like the gauge cluster bezel. Fan shroud. We're gonna have to go through and see what we actually have here. Extra headlight. Marker lights there. It'd be cool to see the turn signal lamps, if they're still in this, if they're the clear or if they are the amber ones. Oh, look, there's even a set of plug wires. Nice. Are these Excels? I can't tell. High temp super stock radio suppression core. They're 8mm, you know, they could be usable for something. But yeah, unfortunately, this was a extra windshield. It got shattered on the way home. I thought it was going to survive back here, but I think it rattled off the back of the seat here and broke, which really kills me, but it is what it is. The box is fair. Over the wheel well is typical spot for these trucks to go there. But like the actual supports and stuff, all intact. The frame is really decent. From what he was saying, this truck does have, should have 411s in the rear. So it's pretty much the same exact version of our truck, except it's a four-wheel drive truck. And the power plant was different. Another fan shroud, a bumper, sick. Air cleaner would have something, a quadrijet. So, you know, they're Chevy guys. So that means they're good people. Not one Dodge tailgate, two Dodge tailgate, three Dodge tailgates. This back bumper is actually kind of cool. It's a little twisted up. I personally wouldn't use it just because the bumper that is on our, you know, the other truck, I like that one a little better. Plus it's, you know, just custom made back in the day. That looks like it's off of Ford. That looks like it's off like a bull-nosed Ford. It's broken, unfortunately. But I don't think that's a Dodge marker light. Or like that piece. That an alternator core? That's a small block Chevy pan and a small block Chevy timing cover. Is that a small block Chevy alternator? Oh, heck yeah, man. Is it frozen? Oh, she's stuck good. Oil pan. That's an old school, old school small block for the dipstick to be on the driver's side like that. There's the cowl, I think, is in there for this truck anyway. Diff cover for something. Is that for one of these trucks? No, this is for something else. I don't know what that's for. That looks for like something smaller, like a 10 bolt or something. Chrome trim rings. What's that? That's some sort of a mount for I don't know what. But I guess we'll get into the really good part here. So this is a 360 small block Mopar 4-speed stick with transfer case. May or may not use any of this. I'm not sure yet. But this guy, we're going to have some fun with this. I'd like to, at some point here in the future, get this on a engine stand and do a partial teardown on it, see what's wrong with it, and you know, see what it needs. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to get this running on a stand, kind of something similar that we did with the 283, and put it together, make it run on a stand again. I think that'd be cool to hear it run. I do have, I believe it was the driver's side inner and outer fender and the rad support that came off this truck. We got that 2 years ago when we went down there to pick that up. And then this thing's pretty sweet. It is a Power Wagon hood. And it's a bird bath hood. This thing is awesome. It was laying under this truck for the past 20 years, and it's surprisingly not as rotted as you think it was. Like, it's actually super usable. Am I gonna put this on my truck? I don't know. It'd be weird because the Dodge emblem is on the hood and it's also on the grill on that truck, so I feel like it'd kind of be repetitive. I could take those badges off, but I don't know if I want to. The other cool part is 1 slider window, 2 slider windows. Oh yeah, buddy. And this truck and our Dodge does not have a sliding back window in it, and when that Dodge goes back together with that cab or whatever we decide to do, that sliding back, one of those sliding back windows are going to go in it, because the sliding back windows are just awesome. Why would you not want to have one? But yeah, so we have all the pieces now to make our Dodge, my grandfather's truck, a good truck again. And I have a lot of ideas rolling around in my head. Do we use this frame and put it, put everything together and have it be a 4-wheel drive truck and have Grandpa's truck be a 4-wheel drive truck? I don't know. I mean, it would kind of basically it'd be us building this truck, not that truck. And I don't know, part of me wants to keep that truck the way it was when Grandpa ordered it, but at the same time too, like, Grandpa actually never liked that truck, to be honest with you. At least that's what my grandmother's told me. So what's the point of building it the way he ordered it if he didn't even like it? We could just build our own truck and make it ours, because it's my truck now. But I don't know, there's a lot of things to consider. But yeah, there is a lot to consider here, and I'm interested to hear what your guys' input is. Do we at some point build, the cab and chassis and everything, do we build that on this frame for it to be a 4-wheel drive truck? Do we keep the 2-wheel drive? Try to keep the truck original as possible, just use cab and doors, make Grandpa's truck nice. Either way, it's cool that we got this here. I do have to thank a few people. A huge thank you to Kenny for letting me borrow his trailer to go down and pick this thing up. That trailer is awesome. That trailer just made such easy work. So thank you to Kenny for letting me borrow the trailer. Thank you to Jake, who just swung over with the tractor to help me, and then him with the tractor just to get it right where I wanted it. Oh, beautiful. And then I also have to thank Clint. I need to thank Clint just because he held on to this truck for 2 years for me, 2.5 years. I really appreciate it, because he didn't have to hang on to it, and with me verbally agreeing to him that I am going to come down and I will pick this truck up at some point, agreeing on a price, and then 2 years later coming back to make the deal and get the truck out of there. It means a lot that he held on to it and he stayed true to his word and sold it to me. And there's not many good people left in this world anymore. And the fact that he held on to it for 2.5 years for me means a lot. So Clint, thank you kindly for hanging on to this truck for me. It means a lot to me because the parts off of this truck are going to help me fix my grandfather's truck. Well, that is going to just about wrap this video up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. I'm excited to see what we can do with this truck. So if you want to see what happens with it, you got to make sure you're subscribed. But anyways, we'll catch you in the next video. We'll see you next time here on Boneyard Revivals. Take care.